Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here and welcome back for another video. All right, in this video, I'm gonna show you and tell you the fastest way to build muscle. If you do these things, you're going to build muscle rapidly and optimally. If you do 2 or 3 of these things, you can still build muscle, but it's gonna take you some time. Here's the point with that. The more of these things you do consistently, the faster you're gonna build muscle, the better your results will be. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please man, subscribe to my channel. Also make sure you click on that bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. When it comes to building muscle, there's several key components. They all kind of piggyback on one another. There are an order of things. So basically what I like to do is put nutrition number 1, because it doesn't matter how perfect your workout is. It doesn't matter how much rest you get. It doesn't matter about anything if you're eating like crap or if you're barely eating it off. If you're eating like a bird, man, you're not gonna grow. Gotta make sure you're eating in a caloric surplus. That's gonna be the most important thing first, caloric surplus. And all that means is you're eating more calories than your body needs to maintain your current weight. Initially, all we're trying to do is figure out where your starting point is. What is your metabolic set point? There's some cool calculators out there, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. It's gonna give you an idea, but again, we're all unique, man. That's just one formula that's giving you a starting point. Once you have your starting point, you still need to focus on your feedback. What is your body doing from week to week? Is it changing? Is it getting stronger? Is it getting weaker? Are you getting more tired? Are you staying full of energy? So you're looking at all of these little signals that your body's sending you, all right? So let's start with protein. Basically what I like to do is 1 gram per pound of body weight. Keep it simple, okay? 200 pounds, if you're 200 pounds, that's 200 grams of protein. If you're 150 pounds, it's 150 grams of protein. I'm just gonna use 200 for simple math. But again, if you're a 200 pound dude, you're pretty good sized already. It doesn't matter where you're starting. It's as simple as that. Let's keep the math that simple with your protein. 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein. All right. For my carbs, all I want you to do is double the protein. You're gonna be hitting 400 grams of carbs. And then fats, I like to keep 60 to 80. So we can keep that window moving a little bit. That one doesn't have to be set in stone, because when you're trying to grow, if you're focused on some of the cleaner foods, you do need good fats. You want your good healthy fats. Avocados, your nut butters, so egg yolks. There's a lot of good fats in grass-fed beef, even some extra virgin olive oil, macadamia nut oil, so coconut oil. So you wanna make sure you're getting good fats. Good essential fats gonna help you with your testosterone levels. So that's key to building muscle as well. So this is basically a good starting point for you guys. That's a lot of carbohydrate. We're talking about building muscle, not necessarily building fat. So we're not just looking to make the scale go up. So when we're looking at all of these options here, let's go clean options. Let's eliminate as much processed foods as you can, as much fast food as you can. That doesn't mean you have to cut it out completely. When you start looking at your calories, it's really hard to consume a lot of clean calories. So for instance, 400 grams of carbs here, all from rice, potatoes, multigrain breads, and fruits. That's a lot of food, man. It's gonna be hard to get that many. If you're a big eater with a large appetite, then lucky you, you're gonna be able to do it. All right, but if we're talking 400 grams from loaded mashed potatoes and French fries and pastas, and then that's very easy to go over that number. So that's basically what I want to point out here. Clean gains over dirty gains. Clean bulk, not a dirty bulk. Lean gains over just fat gains. So that's one of the most important things to focus on. Make sure your protein sources are more of the grilled variety as opposed to the fried variety. Grilled, baked, broiled, any of those, chicken, fish, grass-fed beef, any kind of red meat actually is gonna be really good. Venison, bison, doesn't have to just be regular steaks and ground beef. There's a lot of good options that you can choose with your protein sources. Eggs, also good proteins. And when I'm talking eggs, I'm talking about the entire egg. not just the egg white. Egg white, 4 grams of protein, but when you toss out the yolks, you're tossing out another couple grams of protein. You're tossing out the actual fat that is a precursor to boosting testosterone, producing testosterone. So you do want some of the cholesterol, some of the good fats that are in the eggs, all right? So you want the egg yolks with the egg whites. That's gonna help you hit protein and fat numbers. Complex carbohydrates, you can do pasta, multigrain pasta is gonna help you hit the 400 calories easy, or carbohydrates easy. White rice, brown rice, all of those very low in the density scale, all right? As far as how many carbohydrates it takes to hit this number. Same with potatoes. You have to eat a ton of potatoes, man, to get 400 grams of carbohydrates. So it's okay to do multi-grain breads. It's okay to do fruit. It's okay to do some of the pastas, beans, lentils, quinoa. All of those are good. If you're struggling to get this number, then you might want to look into doing some liquid calories. That's the other thing I have to do when I struggle to gain weight. So liquid calories, liquid shakes, basically one of the favorite ones, one of my favorite ones I do, I'll do about 10 ounces of almond milk. You can do regular milk, just try to get the one that has no extra or added hormones in it, no antibiotics. Either go grass-fed or organic dairy, or you can just go straight out and do the almond milk, which is fortified with calcium and extra vitamin D. I like to do about 10 ounces of the almond milk. Then I'll do 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter. You can choose any peanut butter that you want though. I'll do a medium to large size banana, and I'll actually do a half a cup of actual oatmeal. So raw oatmeal, there's rolled oats, still cut oats. Either one of those work well. Rolled oats tends to soak and absorb a little bit more of the liquid, so you're not chewing as much as you are some of the other oatmeals. But you can put that in there, put it in a blender, blend it all up, and that's gonna give you 800 to 1,000 calories. So liquid calories when you're trying to grow really help you out with the calories, especially if you're not a huge eater. I'm not a big eater, and when we're talking clean foods, it's hard to eat a lot of clean food, so I don't mind the liquid calories at all. That's gonna help you with your starting. Then when you hit a plateau, I'm talking about a 14-day plateau. If you go from Monday to Sunday and you did not gain a pound, that doesn't mean you instantly increase. Let's look at the second week. Then if you're 2 weeks in and you don't gain, then you want to bump up 200 to 300 calories from the carbohydrates, all right? You want to keep protein and fats pretty consistent. Again, if you're starting out with 60 fats, bump it up to 70, bump it up to 80. If you want to bump it all the way up to 80, that's fine. If you're at 400, you want to go to 450, that's going to give you 200 more calories. So 400, 450, you're adding 50 more carbohydrates per day is giving you another 200 calories. Those 200 calories may be enough to bust that plateau and get you moving again in the right direction. So just take it that way. Once you hit your plateau, bump up your calories from the carbohydrates. So that's the key component there. And if you're in a surplus, macros are here. That's plenty of protein to get you growing. Adding the carbs as you need to, adding the fats up to 80 if you need to. So once you max out the 80, most of the increase should come from the complex carbohydrates or even high glycemic carbohydrates, because I will touch on that here in a minute as one of the other important components when you're really trying to focus on building muscle and you start hitting a plateau is you can take some of these carbs, and one of the best things you can do is bracket your workout with the carbs. Pre-workout carbs, intra-workout carbs, post-workout carbs, and that can come from high glycemic sources. So we're talking fruits, we're talking dextrose, like Gatorade, something like that, which is gonna help you with the liquid calories that I mentioned earlier. Let me step back, let you see that. Nutrition is paramount, all right, when you're wanting to grow. Once you got the nutrition part down though, once you get that component, then you want to focus on resistance training. So resistance training meaning weight training. And you want to typically focus on compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups, back rows, overhead presses. Those should be your primary movers. Those are going to help you increase testosterone levels as well increase growth hormone, build more muscle, build more strength. So you want to make sure you're incorporating all of your compound movements. And what I like to do when I'm focused on muscle growth is resistance training 5 times per week. You want to work 5 days a week and make sure you're taking 2 days off, because that's the other key. You've got to be resting and recovering. You're not growing in the gym, you're growing outside the gym. So you need to fuel your workouts with the food and nutrition, fuel your recovery with the food and nutrition, but then also rest and allow your body to grow from the damage that's being created by doing hard, intense workouts. Because that's typically what you're doing when you're working out. You're doing heavy bench presses, you're creating little baby micro tears in the muscle, so when they get repaired, they come back bigger and stronger. So that's what you do with all the muscles throughout your body. Not a full muscle tear, don't let it scare you. They're little micro tears within the muscle, all right, that create that. And the other thing I like to do with resistance training is alternate 6 to 8 rep range with 10 to 15 reps. So for instance, workout 1, you're doing bench press. So you're shooting 6 to 8 reps with the first workout. The next time you do that workout, you're gonna be shooting for 10 to 15 reps with the bench press. So you wanna alternate strength reps with hypertrophy reps. You'll notice 6 to 8 for me is my cutoff. I don't like going all out for 2 reps, going all out for 3 reps, 4, or even 5. Like the traditional 5 sets of 5 back in the day, super popular program. I think it's still super popular, but it's more about strength than hypertrophy. So you're still gonna get a little muscle size with that, but when you're trying to maximize muscle size, you want to train a little bit higher rep ranges, more hypertrophy rep ranges, all right? So when you're doing the resistance training, the things you wanna focus on, progressive overload. This is just progressing either workout to workout or every other workout. So if you're doing 6 to 8 on a bench press in week 1 with 185 pounds, week 2, try to do 6 to 8 reps with 190 pounds, 195 pounds. Focus on competing with yourself, challenging yourself, pushing yourself to be better. Better next week than you were this week. Better next month than you were this month. So that's progressive overload. You're focused on progressions within the exercises. And the other thing that we talked about was the rest and recovery. Recovery, 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. If you can get that, that's gonna help so much with you building muscle. It's gonna help you with your testosterone production, your growth hormone production, lower cortisol levels, everything that's required to maximize muscle growth. So you really want to focus on that, and resting throughout the day, meaning cutting out some of the typical activities. So when your primary goal is muscle growth and you want to optimize that, if you're normally out there playing basketball, you're every weekend playing tons of holes of golf or something, cut back on those while you're trying to grow. That will help you grow even quicker. So that's the rest and recovery. And also, I said 5 days per week training, not 7 days. If you feel like going to the gym 7 days a week, don't go to the gym 7 days a week, all right? 5 days a week is going to help you maximize your muscle growth again, optimally. But I get it. I love living in the gym, man. I love going to the gym. I feel like I should be in the gym when I'm not in the gym, but I also know that you're growing outside of the gym. So you wanna make sure you allow your body enough time to rest, recover, rebuild. So those are crucial for your success. Another one I'm gonna put up here, man, is water. Water is really, really crucial to your success. And about 72 ounces per day is good for most people. So 72 ounces, for some seems like very little, for others it seems a lot. It just depends on what your body is used to. A lot of people drink a lot of coffee, drink a lot of energy drinks. So they're drinking all of these sodas, natural diuretics. So you're not getting near as much water as you need. 72 ounces is gonna be perfect, especially when you combine it with the next one I put on here, creatine. So I'm gonna give you a couple supplements. Creatine, these are optional. This, you wanna do the water. This, you wanna rest and recover. You wanna focus on progressive overload. You wanna do your resistance training. But if you want to help optimize muscle growth, straight creatine monohydrate. None of the special type of creatine. is necessary, not the micronized, not the effervescent, none of the other, just straight up creatine monohydrate. That will get you great benefits. And then ZMA, zinc and magnesium aspartate, which is gonna help you get into that deep sleep, which again, like I mentioned earlier, is when your body's gonna produce more growth hormone, more testosterone. It's gonna help you grow, repair, recover. Those are two I really like. The last thing I will touch on, I already mentioned it earlier, but it is the pre, intra, and post nutrition. Pre-workout fuel, intra-workout fuel, post-workout fuel. So when you get into the 400 grams of carbs, that's a lot of carbohydrates. If you're a huge eater with the big appetite, it's gonna be easy for you to hit those numbers. A lot of people can't eat 400 grams of carbs consistently. One of the main things you wanna focus on, getting a lot of the carbs around your workout. 30 minutes to an hour before your workout, you can get 50 grams of carbs. During your workout, you can consume another 50 grams of carbs through a drink, like a dextrose powder, like a Gatorade or something like that. And then your post-workout, another 50 grams of carbs. So you'll knock out 150 grams of carbs all around that workout. It's a lot easier to get 250 grams of carbs with your actual whole meals. Rice, potatoes, jasmine rice, brown rice, any type of rice is gonna be fine. Potatoes, red, white, yellow, sweet potatoes, yams, all of those are fine. Multigrain breads, even multigrain pastas, all of those are fine as well. So you can do that with your meals, do this around your workout. Fruit is another really good one. It doesn't have to be dextrose. Fruit is fructose, but fruit is actually beneficial. It's got a lot of antioxidants, a lot of micronutrients that your body needs as well. So if you do these things, man, this is gonna help you grow quickly. We talked about nutrition first, went into the resistance training, what part of the resistance training you really need to focus on, hypertrophy rep ranges, consistently beating yourself, challenging yourself, pushing yourself, making sure you're resting and recovering from workouts. Creatine, ZMA, if you want the added benefits, add those. Water is crucial, and the pre, intra, and post are just helpful things that will help you optimize your muscle gains. But all right, if you have any questions about any of this at all, man, don't hesitate to ask. Just send it in the comment section, write it there, I'll get to you. Also, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, let me know. Other than that, man, that's all that I got. Get busy, get after it. God bless.